This is fast money. Women in my life. So, I walked away from Nuwapu. I walked away from the doctrine. I walked away from Dr. York. You see, all my life, all I did was follow. That's it. I was born and bred to be a follower. As a student in high school, I followed what the popular kids did. As a Christian, I followed Jesus Christ. And as a Nuwabian, I followed Dr. York. So I said to myself, man, you know what? I got to do some soul searching. I had to look in the man in the mirror and admit that I've always put my life in the hands of other people. That when dealing with my life, I took the passenger seat and not the driver's seat of that car, of my car. So I started, reading and studying because I had to basically tear down everything that I learned from the Nuwabian doctrine. Now, I'm not saying that, Dr. York's comic books didn't have some truth in it or some knowledge or information in it. But you have to understand what Dr. York did or is doing till this day. He'll take some truth and he'll put his spin on it. So I didn't have the time to cipher through what was the truth and what was the lie. So I had to tear down everything that I learned and relearn things, right? So, I started looking at, YouTube and learning about this guy named Ray Kurzweil and the singularity and how, he says like around 2030 or 2045 that human beings will be merged in with computers and that in the near future there'll be a thing called technological singularity where robots will take over. And I started learning about transhumanism, and I started just like really learning about what's gonna happen in the future. Because in the conscious community, as well as in the Nuwabian nation, we always dealt with the past. This is what we did. We were this, we were that. But nobody talked about the future. No one, not even Dr. York himself. And when he did, it was pseudo. It was, these supreme beings are gonna come down, rescue us, the 144,000, take us to this planet-sized ship called Nibiru, and we're gonna learn something. He never said what that something was. We were gonna be taught something. And then the things that we learned, we were gonna go back down to the planet to teach the survivors of the Armageddon whatever we learned. The end. So nobody ever taught us about our future, what was gonna happen in the future, right? So I started, looking at YouTube and learning about these things. And then I started, getting books and reading. I had to relearn everything, right? So while in the process of me doing that, this is going on months later, I get a call from Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky calls me. He's like, yo, I'm doing good. I got a job. Everything is straight. And I started. I told him what happened, everything that happened throughout the months that he, was MIA. I told him, I walked away from Dr. York. He was like, yo, man, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad that you did that. I told him about, the information that I was learning, the transhumanism, technological singularity, the singularity, Ray Kurzweil, unmanned drones, unmanned cars, DARPA, Boeing, all of this stuff that I was learning. And it's crazy because he was like, yo, I'm familiar with that stuff and I can help you out. And he would send me links and we would, frequently talk. And it was like a very refreshing moment because now there's no walls. I'm not caught in a square where I can't go anywhere. Like now, my life is infinite. Like what I mean by infinite meaning that it's limitless. There's no telling what I can do. I don't have religion. I don't have a cult. I don't have anyone to stop me. So, I'm looking, researching and doing my knowledge and all of that stuff. And in my spare time, I'm looking at YouTube and I'm just looking at different things, you know what I'm saying? Just little frivolous stuff. And one day I stumbled up on this guy's channel. And this guy had a bullhorn. He was talking about black power and all of that, you know. And taking heed as a Nuwaubian, you know, we weren't like with the conscious community. You see what I'm saying? So, the dude looked familiar, and I'm saying to myself, whoa, that's that dude on 125th. I remember him. As a Nuwaubian, you know, I used to walk past him, and I didn't pay him no attention because I thought that the master teacher was Dr. Malachi York. I wasn't, you know, messing with Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, Ashua Crazy, Dr. Africa, Dr. Ben. I wasn't messing with none of them, so I wasn't concerned about anything that he was talking about, right? You know, as I got my bootleg movies and CDs, I would pass by him and just didn't pay him any attention. But this particular time, you know, I'm on YouTube, I'm looking at his channel, and I'm interested. So I'm learning new things. Man. So, you know, he's dropping videos day after day after day after day after day. And one particular day, I seen this young brother. And I'll never forget him, you know what I'm saying? I remember that the DVD that he was on, prior to, let me take it back, the DVD that he was on, the DVD was called Dr. Sebi Becomes the Nuwaubian. And Dr. Sebi did a lecture for the Nuwaubians on health. Prior to Dr. Sebi doing it, this brother called Bro.Polight did a testimony. He was talking about how his foot had fungus, bacteria, he had diabetes. I can't remember exactly what he was, you know, what was wrong with his foot. But to make a long story short, he went to the doctor. The doctor said he had, you know, they got to cut off his toes and everything, and he refused to do that. So he started taking Dr. Sebi's products, and it worked, and he was healed. So I remember the brother from that DVD, right? So this brother's talking on Sinetta TV. That's the brother's name. That was on 125th, right? He's talking, and I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, yo, man, the stuff that he's talking about, how does this guy know this stuff? You know, he's like very knowledgeable about stuff, right? So, you know, as the days go by, you know, Sinetta, you know, is putting them on. And, you know, Bro.Polight, he's teaching, and he's doing debates, and his following is growing. You see what I'm saying? His following is growing. And I'm seeing him grow, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm so proud of this brother, man. So proud of him. Because he comes from, like, you know, where I come from. Well, I don't know if he's still a Nuwaubian now, but I know he was a Nuwaubian before. So I could kind of relate to him, because I used to be a Nuwaubian. So I'm cheering for him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man, let's get it. And he's introducing his wives, and his wives is beautiful, and his family is just overall beautiful. And he's growing. I'm seeing him on DJ Vlad. I'm seeing him on Breakfast Club. And he's growing. And then he creates this organization called New Covenant. And New Covenant has a website. And he starts to talk about owning land and correctional status. And he's charging people for that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not kind of feeling that, you know, because I've already been through the whole thing of Dr. York and this AEO and all of these organizations, and you have to be a membership, and you have to pay a membership fee and all the rest of that. I wasn't really feeling that. So he's growing. And one day I stumbled up on a video where this guy says that Bro.Polight scammed him. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. But see, with me, just because one person said he got scammed, I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. But then I kept on seeing a consistency with people that's saying that Polight scammed them. And I had to walk away. Especially when he moved to California and became Hollywood Polight. and his wives is looking like prostitutes. They got weave, skimpy clothes, and I'm like, yo, this guy's supposed to be like a teacher. Why does he have his wives looking like that? He's telling, people that the people in the projects are animals. This is Polight speaking. Polight took off the New Covenant t-shirt of polo he used to wear and started wearing Versace, Louis Vuitton, taking pictures with white girls. And it's nothing against that. I'm just saying, I thought, you see what I'm saying? 'Cause you got to understand, as a Nubian, Dr. York would say that the white man is the devil. And we know that that is not true. We know that all white people are not devils. We know that. We know a lot are, but not all of them. So I'm saying to myself, man, this guy's he's breaking my heart, man. And I know what you're gonna say if you're looking at this Polight. Well, man, you spending a lot of time on me. Yeah, because you let us down. You let us down. I'm saying at that point in time, you let us down. You see, can't nobody let me down now. Can't nobody let me down because I'm too busy looking up. I'm not concerned about everybody now. But back then, I really looked up to you. I really respected you. And I really thought that you were Black America's hope, faith, that you were gonna, you was gonna turn out to be great. But now look at you. You've allowed lust, greed to fill your mind. And now we see what you were really about. And it sure as hell wasn't about the people, the struggle, the black man and women's plight. Just like how Dr. York wasn't about the same thing. So I walked away. And I did my first video. I said I'm gonna put this in a particular order. I'm gonna address the Nubians first. So I put out a video on YouTube called Breaking the Spell of Dr. Malachi York. And it climbed, it was climbing. And I had a lot of people that agreed with the things that I was saying. Because as a Nubian, regardless of whether you want to admit it or not, each and every one of us have gone through something in that organization. One day, I hear my phone ringing, and I'm like, let me go check it. I pick it up, it's a text. And this brother said, hey, I like that video that you put out called Breaking the Spell. I want to put it on my channel. And it was Sunday. I'm gonna end it right there. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. 1.